Hooty hoo, all my stock market gamblers. Welcome today. I'm Tall Mike. August 18th. It's a Wednesday. Stock market today a little bit flat. Not doing too much excitement yet. It's early in the day though. We'll see what happens. Now, on Monday, I thought we were going to start the correction. We were down big, but yet on Monday we hit the new record high. You know, you just can't make this stuff up. A new record high. Now, yesterday we had a little bit of a pullback, down 500 points on the Dow. I think we closed down about only 300. Market pulled back, but then it wants to go to the new record highs. We're only 1% away from a new record high. Will we hit that today, a new record high? Maybe. I'm still betting on a pullback. Now, is this just a hunch I have, or am I using like logic and data to back this up? Well, as a trader, I look for signals, and there's two big signals right now that are telling me that we're going to get that pullback. Okay, one is the VIX. The VIX is screaming at me that we're going to get a pullback. The VIX, the options on the VIX are just loaded up so that the calls are 5 to 10 times more expensive than the puts for the same strike price if you go out about 2 or 3 weeks. This is telling me that the VIX is going to spike up. Now, when the VIX spikes up, the market comes in. The fear goes up, the market comes down. So the VIX is screaming for a pullback. It just is. The other thing that I watch, the other signal I'm getting that is very reliable. It's when the junk bonds, they start to rise in yield. The junk bonds are going down and the yield is going up. Now, when junk bonds go down, stock market usually follows. So yes, I'm still betting on that correction. I think that's going to happen. I think it's going to happen within the next couple weeks. I think we're very close. Now, do I think that this is the crash? No, I do not. It's hard to crash the market when they're going to plow $3 trillion into it. Now, can the market crash upward? Yes, it can. It can crash upward when the dollar collapses and loses all of its value. The stock market is going to go up in nominal terms, in terms of the dollar, but the purchasing power isn't going to be there. Now, what I want to talk today about is your purchasing power. Okay, so over the weekend, we had the 50-year anniversary of the worst policy ever in the United States. What am I talking about? That's when President Nixon took us off the gold standard. That was the first time the U.S. ever defaulted. They defaulted. You see, the gold standard said that basically if you take $35 and you come and give it to the gold window, they'll give you an ounce of gold. Well, President Nixon came and he closed the gold window. It's supposed to be only temporary. He was going to close it at $35 and he was going to open it back at $42. He was going to make some money. He was going to do a little shenanigans, but he couldn't open it at $42 because it wasn't high enough. Gold would have had to have been priced higher, and he didn't want to let people know how bad things were. Okay, so what happened with this gold standard? Why do I say it's the worst policy ever in the history of the United States? Well, let's look back to 1971. Okay, now I'm an old guy. I was alive. I was young, but I was here in 71. Okay. Now, in 71, a new house would cost you $25,000. $25,000. That'd be the average home in the United States. Average home today, about $390,000. So from $25,000 to $390,000. What was the average income back then? Average income back then was $10,600. Okay. Now, what would the average new car cost? Average new car was about $3,500. How much was the average rent? Average rent was about $150. Gas was 40 cents a gallon, and a postage stamp cost 8 cents. All right, this was all before we were taken off that gold standard. Now, back then, you could have one breadwinner. Usually the man would go out and the family, and he would be the breadwinner, and one income could buy you a house, could support your wife, and have a couple kids, all on one income. Let's see you try to do that today, especially on the average income today. That will never happen. Never happen. Now, why will it never happen? Well, now you need 2 incomes minimum, and even 2 incomes will not get it done today. It will not. You cannot buy a house with 2 average incomes. 2 average income in the U.S. somewhere around, let's call it 50,000, just to be nice. It's probably a little less than that. The average income's about 50,000. You get 2 of those, you're not going to be able to afford that $390,000 home. Okay, so things were easier back then when we actually had some accountability. Once they took us off the gold standard, you could print as much money as you want. And this created a lot of problems. It created disparity of wealth. You had the rich and the poor once you started printing money endlessly. And this is going to continue on. It's what we're doing right now. Now, why are we continuing to do it? If things were so good when we were on the gold standard, why don't we just go back to the gold standard? Well, here's the thing. Nobody wants to feel the pain. Okay, now politicians, they're not going to do the right thing. Nobody wants to feel the pain. I mean, if we become fiscally responsible, there's going to be pain. Asset prices are going to come down. Houses are going to come down. Stock market would come down if we become fiscally responsible. Now, the politicians, they have power. They have power with the fiat currency that is not backed by anything. They can print as much as they want. They can fund wars. They can hand you stimulus checks, all they want. It's unlimited. There's no limit to the amount of money we can purchase, print. And, there's just no accountability anymore. Now, there is not one politician out there that wants accountability. Now, you will never solve the problems in the U.S. until we get sound money again. Now, some people think sound money might be Bitcoin. Well, maybe that's the answer. I don't think it is, but it's possible. I mean, I don't think it's the answer because it's too volatile. You go from 60,000 to 30,000. If this were money, people would be jumping out windows. They just would. You got to have something that's stable. And I think that and I do think that at some point they will reset it. And that's what they talk about with the Great Reset. A lot of people talk about the Great Reset. What exactly is the Great Reset? No. People are going to lose confidence. They're going to lose confidence in the dollar, okay? I mean, the dollar is just going to be printed into oblivion. It's going to disappear. People are going to lose confidence in it, and they're going to have to come out with something new. Now, do they want to come out with another fiat currency like we have now? I don't think they do. I do think they will tie it back to gold in some way. They will tie it back to gold. Gold has always been what's called sound money. The reason gold's sound money is because it makes a sound when it hits the table. That's what sound money was. Currency does not make a sound when it hits the table. Okay, Bitcoin makes no sound either, by the way. Anyways, getting back to sound money, that's what the United States is going to have to do if they want to fix their problems. Now, maybe they don't want to fix their problems. Maybe we just want to go on and continue to try to print money into oblivion. Now, let's think about this. Okay, now if some other foreign country came in and they tried to steal 90% of your stuff, most people would stand up and fight against this. Well, this is what the Federal Reserve has done. They've stolen 90% of the dollar they have taken away by printing money. The Federal Reserve has stolen your money. They've stolen your purchasing power. But does anyone stand up and fight against them? No, they don't. No, they don't care. Nobody cares. Look I'm just a guy with a computer and a microphone. I'm just telling you what's going on. Now, I believe you should protect yourself. Protect yourself against the Federal Reserve because they're going to continue to print money into oblivion. They just are. You have to bet against this. They're going to continue to create debt. There's going to be more and more and more debt, and you're going to have to protect yourself against this. Now, I keep talking about gold. Gold is a logical trade. You should have some physical gold. I'm a trader. I'm a stock market gambler. I have a trade on in gold. I'm out till December. We'll see how that all plays out. Right now, not so good. It's not terrible, though, either. It's not terrible, kind of flat, all right. But I'm out till December. I have December call options on gold. But you should have some physical. You have to protect yourself against what the Federal Reserve is doing, against what the Nixon policy did to us. The Nixon policy destroyed this country. It really did. I mean, we would be so much better off if we had stayed on the gold standard and not allowed the politicians to destroy our money, to destroy what we work for. We work hard for our money. We don't want it being destroyed by just some idiots running for Congress out there printing money, the Green New Deal. Let's do the Green New Deal. Let's print money to support climate change. Look, they think that money's going to solve all the problems. They think that let's talk about this. If money could solve all our problems, look, they could put 10,000. They could put let's do 100,000. They could put $100,000 into everyone's bank account tomorrow. They could push a button and $100,000 shows up into everyone's bank account. Now, would this solve our problems? Maybe temporarily. You'd say, yeah, 100,000, Mike. I could pay off my bills. I could pay some of my debt. All right, so that's true. What would happen to prices if you put $100,000 into every bank account out there in the United States? Well, prices would take off. We would have hyperinflation. More money is not the problem long term. Maybe it's a short-term fix, but in the long term, more money is not the problem. It's not going to solve the problem. More money will create huge problems. More money will destroy the poor. It will destroy the middle class. We have to get back to sound money. And that's what my channel is all about. I tell people we need sound money. We have to go back to it. But no, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. But here you can protect yourself. And I think you have to protect yourself. I think you have to do it by getting some gold, some physical gold, some physical silver. And like I say, I am a trader. I think the gold trade is going to work. I think by December, gold is going to be much higher. It's just right around 1,800 right now, a little bit below. Well, anyways, if you like talking about this stuff, if it doesn't scare you, if it doesn't make you nervous, give me the thumbs up because, some of this is scary. Some of this is depressing. It is sad. It is sad to see what they're doing to the dollar. It's sad to see how they're destroying the country by printing money, by printing unlimited debt. It's very sad. I don't like it, but I want to sound the alarm bells. Protect yourself. Get sound money. That's how you protect yourself financially, with sound money, not being in the currency, not being in the fiat money. Sound money, you can protect yourself. You can take care of yourself. Look, it may not pan out tomorrow, but the Great Reset is coming. At some point when they reset back to sound money, oh, you're not going to believe the prices gold will hit at that time. You're going to be happy you have a little bit stashed away. That's just what sound money is. So if you like this stuff, give me the thumbs up. If you really like it, hit that subscribe button. Why not? Why not? Anyways, it's Wednesday. I hope to talk to you again later in the week. I'm Tall Mike. Get out there and have a great day. Bye-bye now.